Hi everybody, it's Tracy from Nova Scotia Living, and we're going to make chocolate chip cookies today. So check out what we have here on the table. It's the ingredients. I just want to first start by saying I got this book idea, the cookie book, Betty Crocker's, from Noreen's Kitchen. She does a video on spritz cookies, and she recommended this book, and I had to order it off Amazon, and I absolutely love it. And it was secondhand. It's hard to see on here, but it's totally frayed. Whoever had this loved this book, obviously. There's little spatters of cookie, stains, and you can see all through the book. So this is a well-loved book, and I can understand why. But today we're going to make this recipe, the best cookie of 1935 to 1940 chocolate chip cookies. Anyways, let's do this quick. I'm going to double the recipe because I got a big family. But I'll read what it says in the book. It says 2/3 cup of shortening. It could be part butter or margarine. There's Miss Misha. A half a cup of white sugar. A half a cup of brown sugar, which I have right there. 1 egg. I'm doing 2 because, like I say, I'm doubling. A teaspoon of vanilla. I just have the vanilla out. And it says 1.5 cups of gold medal flour. I'm just using all-purpose flour from Costco. A half a teaspoon of baking soda. A half a teaspoon of salt, which I already have measured out there. I doubled it. And it says a half a cup of nuts, which I'm just going to double up on the chocolate chips. We're allergic to nuts here, so I just, it's extra chocolate chips. That's what I do. So let's get started, and I will post a picture of the ingredients, so if you ever want to make them, you can just pause the screen and take down the directions. Alright, let's get started. The first thing it says is to preheat the oven for 375, which I did. It says mix shortening, eggs, and vanilla thoroughly. So that's what we're going to do. Now you can do this by hand. I just got the stand mixer, which I call Cornelius, because my sister named him that, and now it's stuck in my head. Cornelius is going to mix this up in a stand mixer, but you can certainly do this by hand, no problem. So right now I'm going to add that to the bowl. First I'm going to start with the shortening. Now, I always wanted a stand mixer, but they're pretty pricey. And don't get me wrong, I love having a stand mixer. But I always did stuff by hand, making bread and all that kind of stuff. But this certainly comes in handy, especially with my mobility is a little debilitated. Comes in handy. Now, let's see here. I do like my spatulas. They come in handy when you're trying to get every last drop. I'm trying to scrape the bottom of the bowl, the measuring cup, every little bit. So, we'll do that. I'm going to add the sugar. It's the white sugar and the brown sugar. I don't have the greatest camera, folks. Those who have watched my other videos understand that. I told them umpteen times. Someday I'm going to get a good one, but for now, I'm just using a little handheld Vado, and it's no bigger than a cell phone. Actually, it's smaller than a cell phone, so bear with me. Now, I'm going to lift up the bowl, and I'm just going to put it on low. It's going to get loud, but we're just going to mix it up. I'm going to kick it up a notch in just a second. I just don't want to start it off full blast at first because everything goes flying. I like to kind of cream together my sugar and shortening. You can do this with butter or margarine too. I'm just using what I have. Now I'm going to add my eggs in. And like I say, I'm doubling this recipe. So the recipe that I post for you guys will be the original recipe for one. But right now I'm adding 1 egg at a time. It's really coming together. I'm just going to stop it and I'll get the measurements for my vanilla. Because I don't want to whip this dough. I just want to, oh, where did I put it? Oh, there it is. I just want to get it incorporated nicely. There's so many good chocolate chip recipe cookies out there. And this one I've just made numerous times because the kids gobble these up. I almost have to hide them sometimes. But the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon, but I'm going to do 2. Oops. I know I'm going to add a little more vanilla, but it's all good. All good in the neighborhood. Let's mix this up a little more. Now I measured everything out just so I could add it quick. But even if you don't, this takes, no time at all. No time at all. So now it says measure flour. For a softer, rounder cookie, add an extra 1/4 cup of flour. I just go by how it looks. Stir dry ingredients together. Blend in. Not right now, Misha. Go. I know this should probably be sifted together, and you can do that. I don't got time for that. I do it if my kids, a chocolate chip cookie is a chocolate chip cookie. A good chocolate chip cookie just gets eaten faster than just a regular chocolate chip cookie. So I just added the salt and the baking soda. I'm going to add 3 cups, but the recipe, like I say, you'll be able to see the recipe when I post it. And I'm going to do 1 cup at a time because otherwise Cornelius likes to throw a hissy fit and makes dough fly everywhere, or flour fly everywhere. Now I'll add another one. I got to be careful doing this because I did it one time and the measuring cup got caught in the spinner. Talk about a mess. And talk about lots of giggles from my girls. Usually I have my little girls or my little baby boys come and help me, but for today, for filming purposes, I'm just whipping this up quick. The last cup. We'll just let it go for a little bit and then I'll scrape down the sides. It's coming together. I'm going to get that spatula I used for the shortening and just try to scrape down the sides. It eventually would get there, but we don't need to sit here and get dizzy watching this for, umpteen minutes. I guess I'm just impatient. Wouldn't be that long, but I want to get this rodeo going. I'm not really doing the greatest job. I think I am, but I'm not really. Alright, it's kind of all mixed together. Now, we just add the chocolate chips. Like I said, folks, it did call for nuts. 1/2 cup of nuts, 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. We're just doing straight up chocolate chips. Oh, my memory ran out. I had to go take some stuff off the card. So, yeah, what we're going to do, since we're doubling, I'm going to do 2 cups of chocolate chips. That's a lot of chocolate chips, but I'm not complaining. I'm using those from our Atlantic Superstore, President's Choice. I'm just dumping them in the measuring cup. Ooh, there's one. There's two. Now we're just gonna mix those up a little bit. Real quick. Just on low. Kind of goes in a big ball, really. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to get this off Cornelius, give him a sponge bath, and then we'll start loading up the pans. I might do a few pans and then just do a few of the cookies with you guys, so I'm not taking up all your day. Alright, I went ahead and did some of the pans, and I still have quite a bit of cookie dough left. We'll do this one together. But I just want to say, I get my parchment paper at the local Dollarama. I know in the States I think they have Dollar Tree or something. It's $1.25 for 10 sheets of parchment paper. And I go get a couple of packs every month. I reuse my parchment paper. As long as it's not all crudted up, just give it a good wipe and you can reuse it. You really can. You don't have to throw it out. I just wipe it off and hang it up and put it away. So I'll show you what I do first, and then I'll move the tray over. I have a little cookie dough scoop, and I like to try to get them all uniform, so just like a little scoopful, and I just roll it together. And then I put it on the pan. So we'll do this. Yeah, I also, I make this one, I honestly don't remember the last time I bought a bag of cookies at the store. We make cookies at this house a lot. We'll make raisin cookies, oatmeal raisin cookies. A few of the kids and my partner in crime, he really likes those. Those would be his favorite. We'll make spritz cookies in the holiday season. Yeah, we bake a lot. Takes a little time, but it's skill developing. It's good to learn how to bake. It's good to learn. I think it's important to learn how to know how to make bread. I really do. And it makes good memories for your family. Like I say, right now I'm doing this myself, but usually I have kids all around me. And for filming purposes, I just wanted to whip through it and chit-chat with you. So what I do, I know a lot of people attribute this to peanut butter cookies. I like to push down, Misha, push down on my cookies, and it leaves a little indent. I don't know, I just like that. It adds a little texture, and it makes the cookies go in the right direction when they're cooked. So, just hold on a second. I got WWF going on in the other room. Alright, I put them back to their corners. So now what we'll do, we'll go over, like I say, I preheated the oven already. And we'll put these bad boys in the oven. Now it says, I know this, it's 8 to 10 minutes or something like that. I put it in for 8 minutes because I like to take the pan out at the 8-minute mark and let them cook a little bit more on the pan. So there are those ones. And we'll set the timer. Yeah, I'm going to finish rolling up this dough, put them on the pans, and when this is ready to come out of the oven, we'll see what they look like. Alright, the buzzer just went off, so let's take the first pan out of the oven. Okay. Ooh. Perfect. And while that's on the stove, I'm going to put this one in the oven. For 8 minutes. So, I don't know if it's going to pick up on the camera. They're still kind of light on top, but around the edges you can see they're nice and golden. I'm not going to touch them now because then, you know, they're still so squishy. But I'm actually going to dig out a cooling rack and put this pan on the cooling rack until this next pan is done. So they've been sitting on this hot pan for another 8 minutes, but it's not continually getting hot. It's cooling down, but it'll still continue to bake a little bit. So I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, so those are the cookies that we just took out of the oven. Those are pans that we still need to bake, and there's a pan in the oven. So I'm going to leave these ones, like I said, on this hot pan until the other cookie sheet that's in the oven is done. Then I'll lift those off, put them on the cooling rack, move this, and take that other pan that was in the oven and put it right where this one was, and so on. I'll take one of those ones, stick it in the oven. It's like a factory. I'm a Keebler elf, I guess. Not really, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. This is just what I do. You do what you do. This is what I do. Okay. Okay, the buzzer is just about to go off. So, I probably don't need a lifter, but no, they're still warm, but look at that. I don't know if my camera will pick that up, but it's brown. It's not dark. It's just perfect. Just perfect. It's a great recipe, guys. And when I do it just for 8 minutes instead of the 10 minutes, they're still a little chewy. They're not raw. They are baked. But I like kind of a chewy chocolate chip cookie. So that's done. Look, I can even touch this pan now. But it baked on there for a little bit longer. Now let me grab that other one out of the oven. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, you can. But if I was to try to lift those cookies up, like I just lifted those ones up, they'd be all squishy. I'll show you a little bit, but see? They're still so soft. But yeah, we'll let those sit. I'm about to put another cookie sheet in the oven and for another 8 minutes, and then we'll transfer them over. I'll keep doing this until we're all done, and then I'll come back and we'll finish up. Okay, the cookies are all done, and yeah, the girls ate lunch. They're still in their jammies because it's March break. And you girls can pick a cookie that you want to try. So, Misha, Zaya, pick a cookie that you want to try. And sit down and take a nice big bite. And let me know what you think. How does it taste, Mish? Good? Can you say anything more about it?
I like it.
You like it? Good. What about you, Zai?
Sweet chocolate is one of my favorites apart.
Sweet chocolate is one of my favorites too. So, do you like it when we make these cookies together?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. No.
And raisin cookies.
And raisin cookies, yeah. We make these cookies quite often, at least 3 or 4 times a month, and I put them in the lunches for school and stuff like that. It's so much, well, it's a lot more affordable, and they're homemade, and you know what's in them. So anyways, this is Tracy from Nova Scotia signing off, and thanks for joining us today. Please like, share, and subscribe, and yeah, check out my other videos. They're a little rough and rugged and raw, but hey, that's Nova Scotia living. So, alright girls, say see you later.
Bye.
Alligator.
Alligator.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.